Good morning, afternoon, and evening, my crazies. My name's Angela. I'm the Crazy Poppy Lady, and welcome back to this week's episode of Throwback Friday. This is number 76. Now, for any of the new crazies that have joined the channel recently, the Throwback series are just that. They are a group of videos from a week way back when. I may have just started the channel or whatever, but it's a week of videos for you to watch as a quick compressed amount. If you like what you see, then of course I link the videos that have been used in the description box and down below, and then anything of interest I link back up in the I button. So maybe there may be a book review or something, that'll be linked up there. It's a nice way for you to play catch up on some of the things that I've done on the channel over the last coming up 3 years. So save you having to sit there and watch every single video, just play the throwbacks. Right, so come on and let's head into today's video and we'll see what videos I've chosen for you and what week it was. So the first video I chose for you today is Whips, Bits and Chat 76. I will cut out the title, I'll cut out the boring bits, and hopefully, fingers crossed, there'll be something left for you. Come on, let's see what it is. Oh, I don't know if you noticed, little change in the background. I have added up here hashtag 09, and this is the unicorn C2C blanket. Now with this blanket you get all the instructions on how to do all the white section and the unicorn in the middle. What you don't get is the border. The border is included in the written pattern that is available on the Ravelry shop, but of course you can use whichever border you like. So that is the video and the pattern that I'm showing you this week. Link will be either up there or in the description box and down below, depending on how much room I have. So that little unicorn was my first C2C blanket. Yeah, there's a few more C2C now, isn't there? But that one is still available over on Ravelry as a paid pattern and a tutorial here on YouTube. Remember, if you do purchase the paid for pattern, that gives you a direct links to those videos, so you don't have to go searching, and you're also getting the border as well for the blanket. Right, so now I'm going to be slightly evil. It is now time for breaking news, and yes, it's probably still rubbish up there and it's probably still not quite working, and the breaking news, I'm sorry to say, is not for you lot this week, it's for me. Me gang, it's for me. Right, it is time for the poppy count. It's the poppy roundup, and it's time for me to tell you how many poppies I managed to make this week. Yeah. So, of course, we have got another box of 60, which will make the poppy count 960. But I've been quite bored of poppies, and when I'm driving along I'm now at the point where all I can see is poppies coming towards me as headlights, so it gets dangerous at this point in the count. So I thought, no, I can't put the hook down, I'm just gonna have to keep going. So here we go. Yes, this box looks a bit strange, they're not standing as they would normally do, but that is because there is the last 40. You heard right, the last 40 poppies. It's done, gang, finally. No more poppy count. Finally, no more poppies. Not for at least a couple of months anyway. So now time for the poppy happy dance. Whoop, whoop, happy dance. Whoop, whoop, happy dance. Whoop, whoop, happy dance. That's it. I know I'm tone deaf. So now time to bring the poppy count board forward. Excuse me, Uncle Tom. Let's move you over there. Get rid of the 9. Bye. And time to add the big count. Oh my gosh, it takes up more room than the other numbers. Of course it does, Ange. It's got an extra 0 on it. Duh. Right, so fingers crossed this sticks and this stays. But here we go, gang. Oh, 1,000 poppies. Do-do, 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 do-do. Right, so in a little bit, once I do the math on it, I'm going to tell you how much yarn I used, how many miles I crocheted, and how many hours it took. Oh, and how many ends. Oh, the ends, the ends, the ends. Give me a second, I will be right back. Right, so here are the yarny stats. There was 19 balls of red used. There was, so I got it written down on post-it note on the back of here actually. Right, so there was 19 100-gram balls of DK in red used. And 3 100-gram balls of green used. And 3 100-gram balls of black used. I used a 2.5mm hook as my crochet has got a lot looser since last year. So in total I used 25 balls of yarn to complete the challenge. Now, according to my Ravelry, because of course I have also put up the Poppy Brooch challenge and I've added a couple of photos and I'm showing my progress as I go. They have done the math for me, which is absolutely brilliant, because 25 skeins of yarn, oh, crikey, came in at 6,750 meters, which is 7,381.9 yards, or 2,500 grams. Okay, so I'm going to go off now and see which mountain I managed to climb and how many times I climbed it. No, I'm going to see if I've managed to crochet from Land's End to John O'Groats. Do you think I'm anywhere close yet? I don't know. I'm going to go nose. Back in a sec. Okay, so I didn't quite manage the Land's End to John O'Groats this year, but what I did manage to do was 4.19 miles. Okay, just shy of the half to round it back up again. Yeah, no, I can't do it. The actual number is going to be written along the bottom here. It's 4.19426,136. Sorry, I'm excited. But yes, I managed to do that amount of miles of yarn. It's amazing how much we can actually crochet. But I'm now going to work out a total since I started. Oh, this is going to be fun. Will I make it to half marathon status? I wonder. Oh my gosh. The total is 10.9 miles. 10.9 miles of crochet poppies. Okay, that's not back-to-back poppies. That's the length of the yarn used. But I nearly ran a marathon, I did. Or at least a half. The ends. Oh, the ends, the ends, the ends. Give me a second. I will be right back. So here are the yarny stats. There was 19 balls of red used. There was, so I got it written down on post-it note on the back of here actually. Right, so there was 19 100-gram balls of DK in red used. And 3 100-gram balls of green used. And 3 100-gram balls of black used. I used a 2.5mm hook as my crochet has got a lot looser since last year. So in total I used 25 balls of yarn to complete the challenge. Now, according to my Ravelry, because of course I have also put up the Poppy Brooch challenge and I've added a couple of photos and I'm showing my progress as I go. They have done the math for me, which is absolutely brilliant, because 25 skeins of yarn, oh, crikey, came in at 6,750 meters, which is 7,381.9 yards, or 2,500 grams. Okay, so I'm going to go off now and see which mountain I managed to climb and how many times I climbed it. No, I'm going to see if I've managed to crochet from Land's End to John O'Groats. Do you think I'm anywhere close yet? I don't know. I'm going to go and nose. Back in a sec. Okay, so I didn't quite manage the Land's End to John O'Groats this year, but what I did manage to do was a 4.19 miles. Okay, just shy of the half to round it back up again. Yeah, no, I can't do it. The actual number is going to be written along the bottom here. It's 4.19426,136. Sorry, I'm excited. But yes, I managed to do that amount of miles of yarn. It's amazing how much we can actually crochet. But I'm now going to work out a total since I started. Oh, this is going to be fun. Will I make it to half marathon status? I wonder. Oh my gosh. The total is 10.9 miles. 10.9 miles of crochet poppies. Okay, that's not back-to-back poppies. That's the length of the yarn used. But I nearly ran a marathon, I did. Or at least a half. Right, so each poppy takes around 20 minutes. Okay, now I could probably get it down to 18, but I really couldn't be bothered to time it. Okay, so around 20 minutes a pop. A pop for a poppy, which totaled in at 350 hours of crocheting these guys. Okay, there was over 8,000 ends. I say over because on some of them I was stupid and when I ran out of the colour, I just added a new one, as we do. So there was a couple of poppies like that had an extra couple of ends on them. But we won't count those ones because basically each poppy has 8 ends. So that's why it's 8,000, a nice round number. Yeah, that was a heck of a lot of poppies. I've still done some more for this year, but over the last few years, of course, we had our COVID lockdowns, which meant I couldn't donate as many as I wanted because I needed to quality control and ensure that they weren't infected with anything. So because of that, and this year's ones, I have made 400, which will bring the overall total up to 3,000 made. Hopefully, I really want to get to 5,000 in total and then cut it off, but I am now on a time restriction because new rules are coming into the UK in regards to donating items that are going to be for sale. Here in the UK are now going to have to be tested, and of course testing comes with a price. If you're making a big batch, anything more than 1,000 or up to 1,000, you're classed as a mass producer. Yeah, I can break it down to under 500, but then of course that's going to take me years to complete the challenge, and I will still have to do that testing. So fingers crossed, I'm going to probably go a bit back crazy over the Christmas period and see how many I can get out rather than doing Christmas presents this year, because I've got enough stuff in the cupboard that I can offload that I really need to find homes for. Right, on to the next bit. Right, so and now for the next item that I've made this week. It's only something small, and there's a little bit of a background story to this. Now, my bestie, who has now come on the channel as something along the lines of Angela's brain, a couple of weeks ago it was Can't Crochet, Won't Crochet, she decided finally, after a couple of years of me going, come on girl, I know you can do it. And she went to Aldi's and she picked herself up a crochet hook and some yarn. And she's been attempting to crochet. Now, the first thing she wants to make is an amigurumi. So of course, I've been sitting there trying to give her one-on-one lessons. We're not the best at this. I wind her up, she winds me up, but it's all done in jest, and I love her to bits. Now, she chose a pattern that wasn't mine, which is fully understandable because I don't have exactly a great deal of amigurumi on the channel, and the one pattern that I have got is really bad. But it shows you all the techniques that you would need, so that's why I've put it up and left it up. It's so that you can have a giggle at my finished product, or my finished item I should say, and definitely improve on it yourself. But of course it shows you all the different techniques that you will need to know to go off and make something else. So she hasn't been using my videos. Instead she found a video by the gorgeous Hooked by Robin, and it is her Hooked by Robin's a crochet a whale amigurumi. So she went, I'm making this one, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. I said, go on then. So I'm trying to help her get round her head round the magic circle and other bits and pieces. And after about 2 days she went, no, not doing it anymore, I'm moving on to an octopus. Yeah, so she doesn't go for an easier item, no, she chooses a harder item. So I'm like, okay, fine. So when she needs the help on that one, I will help her out. But at the moment I'm leaving her be because she's like me, she's very stubborn, and I know that she can do it. Well, of course, because I was trying to help her out with it, I wanted to know which bits of Robin's pattern was going to be the hardest to explain. So I had to make it. So I sat there one evening and I just followed Robin's pattern and the way that she describes it. But I have done a little adaptation to it, which I will show you in a second. But here it is. Here is my little whale. Okay, this is as I said, the crocheted amigurumi whale by Hooked by Robin. I will pop a link in the description box and down below. Now, I made mine with a 2.5mm hook because I had it in my hand. I just finished the poppies and I was like, oh, I might as well carry on using this hook. So I used the 2.5mm hook, and the yarn that I have used is the Signet Pato Everyday DK. And the blue, oh, I haven't got it up. The blue is Sax, and the undercolour is an off-white. I can't remember the actual colour of that one. But yeah, that is what it's made from. Now, I think the pattern itself is really lovely and really easy. The hardest bits, if you've never made an amigurumi, the hardest bits are working out how to get your head around the magic circle. You can do it. It is doable. It's just practice, okay? So you get your head around the magic circle, and the hardest bits are these here because they're the smallest bits. Okay, that is all it is. It's because you can't always get your finger in, so that it helps you see the stitches as you work. So those are the hardest sections. Okay, that is where you first learn to increase, and you first learn to decrease, and you first learn to use the magic circle. I said that in the wrong order. But yeah, those bits there are the hardest bits. The rest of it is really easy and really speedy. Right, so here is my adaptation. No whale is complete without its happy squirt of water. Okay, now I've got to try and remember how I did this. I freehanded it, you see. So I chained 11. And then I worked into the second chain from the hook with a single crochet, and I did that for 3 stitches. I then chained another 4, worked back into that chain on the second chain from the hook, and down 3 stitches. Sorry, down 3 chains with 3 stitches. And I did that a total of 4 times. Okay, so when you get to the bottom, you chain some more, and then you work into the chain. And once I'd finished that, I chained all the way and back down. And that created the tufty bit here. Okay, now you can add as many of those excess chains on as you want. I did 5. I thought that'll do me. He's quite cute with his 5. So there you go. That's with the adaptation. And as I said, the pattern link will be in the description box and down below. It might be up the top. It will depend on how much room I have. But as I said, gorgeous pattern, and really lovely to work. I haven't added the cheeks. I did try to add a mouth, but it didn't look right. So I'm going to have to go back and think about that. I may just leave it as it is, because he is cute, isn't he? Look at that. Look at that cheeky face. Right, on to the next item. Alright, so Bestie has changed her name at least 4 times since this video. She does it to confuse me during her live. She thinks it's highly hilarious. She is now crocheting up a storm, but she doesn't do origami. She doesn't really do many of my patterns yet because there aren't any grandkids. No, that girl does cable blankets, crocheted cabling. She absolutely loves it. So at some point she's going to have to sit down next to me and try and teach me how to do cables. That's something I haven't tackled yet. But I tell you what, the patterns that she is following are absolutely stunning. And at some point I will copy her instead of her copying me. I might set her a challenge. She has to make one of the C2C blankets when that first grandchild's born. And I'll have to make her a granny blanket out of cables. What do you think, Em? We'll have to wait and see. Now, also during this week, I put out a craft bead video where I'd ordered some beads from China. And I also had another video that was supporting the Royal British Legion. Now, I'm going to hold off on the Royal British Legion video until later on in the month, just to sort of try and help me out a little bit. So that'll be in a future Throwback Friday. As for the craft bead order, I don't order from the company anymore. Okay, all of those beads I purchased with my own money. I will show you the video in a few moments in a speeded up version so you can see what I got. It was quite boring really, so I can understand if you sign off in a few moments or skip it. I don't order anything at this moment in time from any of the companies, whether it be Wish, Joom, or the 2 new ones that have appeared over the last couple of years. I don't order from them at this moment in time because of where their head office is and the amount of information that each of them want to access from my mobile device when I purchase through them. It's not just the bank account details. By all means, do a little bit of a search here on YouTube under the name of the company that you want, and I don't know, type scary stories or warning along with the name. There's plenty of information out there. If you really want to know properly, send me an email and I'll fire you over some links. But I'm not going to put those links anywhere on this channel. Right, so as I said, the next video up is the craft beads, and the order was from June. Now today I have gone and got myself yet another June order. Now, and this one is not yarn related, this is bead related, because of course, as some of you know, I have got slightly addicted to making cute bracelets. So while I'm addicted to them, I might as well use up the stash that I've got. I'd used all my beads that I had, so I put another June order in. It has finally arrived, so and now I'm going to drop cameras and show you close up the choice that the bead choice that I made, what they will look like on a bracelet, and of course tell you the prices as well. Let's go and have a look. Right, so here we are down at the table. So the very first packet here are 4mm supposedly. Look how miniature they are in comparison to the ones on my bracelet. They're minute, but they're going to be good for using as spaces between other beads, and they're in a beautiful purple shade. Okay, now these ones were priced in at £3.24. It's not too bad. I can't tell you how many beads are in there yet, as I haven't counted them. Right, our next ones up were these ones. Now these are 6mm. It's a 20-gram bag, and there was quite a few of these last time round. They made me 2 bracelets per bag. So again, these ones were priced at £3.24 per bag. If you look at them there, they've got some beautiful colours in there. Now I believe this is the mixed bag of this type. Okay, so let's put that one down there. The next one up is another very similar one to that, but the colourway. Now this is the blues and pinks. Again, this one is priced at £3.24 per bag, and these are the beads that this bracelet is made from. Okay, so I've now got enough to make another 2 bracelets. Yay! Right, and then the next one up now, I'm liking the look of these ones. These are pastel pink and green. So to me, they remind me of roses. Okay, And again, these ones were £3.24 a bag. And they are the same, also all the same size, so if needs be, I could mix them. Right, and the last pack, this is the greens. So this shade has got some yellow in it, it's a greeny yellow, and then it goes through to the blue. Okay, so I think these ones, I love these ones, they're really, really pretty. So again, those are all the same size. And then our next pack up, completely different, which is why I'm turning it over to surprise you, is some 6mm. They say there is 140 pieces per bag. Are you ready for this one? Look at those, aren't they gorgeous? Now these are a really dark jade green, really lovely jade green. I like them. Let's put them there. But the ones that I saw that I just had to get, oh sorry, the jade green, no. But there is one set of beads that I saw that I just had to have. Now these ones, pricey gang, proper pricey for me anyway. They were £4.32. But look at them, aren't they cute? Get on camera, focus in. The little skeleton heads. And I think they are going to look wicked for either the bracelets or maybe a heavier made stitch marker. I haven't quite decided yet. I've also got earring thingies somewhere so I could turn them into earrings. Oh, lots and lots of choices and lots of fun. Right, so that was my beady June order this time round. I really need to use them all and then stop buying them for a bit. Right, so let's show you what they look like made up. Now, I started off, the first 4 that you can see here are very simple. They're the same beads, there is no chopping and changing between different colours. Okay, so we have the yellow and green. We have the pinks and blues. Now that's the same one that my bracelet that I was wearing is made from, and I love those. And this one here is the pinks with green that I said reminded me of roses. Oh, stupid thing, focus. There we go. Right, and then the next one up is, of course, the jade green ones. Love them I do. Right, now this next one has already been snapped up. There we go. Oh, let's turn it. Let me just turn it around so they're up the right way. Right, so this one here has already been earmarked by Big Sis. She's nabbing that one. Okay, so this one here is still up for grabs. Now this one, what I've done is I've used the skeletons as counters. So I'm thinking we could use this as a row counter, because between each skeleton there is 9 beads. So it would be like you work along 1, 2, you can move a stitch marker between the beads as you're going up the rows, and then you'll know where you are. All you need to do is make sure that it's on. Let me turn it around. At the beginning here I've got 2 separate beads, so you would just put a stitch marker here and leave it there, and then you would know that is the start of your row count. See, not a bad little idea, right? Right, so these are the bracelets, as I said, that I managed to make with them, and I've only got about 4 of these skeletons left, so I'm not going to be making any more of these two, not for a while. No, not enough of them to make a choker. But yeah, they definitely choked me. Ooh. But as I said, that was my bead order. I really hope you liked having a look, and maybe have got some ideas of what you could use the beads for. Now remember, it doesn't have to be for jewellery. Some people are now adding beads, glitzy beads and things in with their crochet, and at some point I may choose to do that. Maybe even with these little ones, because I think these would look wicked with one of the cottons that I've got on the shelf. But we'll have to wait and see what I choose to do. Now there was one issue, big issue with that bead order. When they arrived, they didn't smell nice at all in the slightest. So much so that I've stuck them in some disinfectant, basically, to hope that they don't smell like the poop that they did smell like when they arrived. It did work, but that was one thing that really did turn my stomach when it came to ordering, or receiving that order, I should say. And as I've said earlier on in the video, I now no longer order from them, but that isn't down to the items. It was down to the fact that I got a little bit addicted in purchasing from June. I've still got loads of the stock that I have ordered from them that hasn't been used, and I realised that I was starting to spend money for just spending's sake. And by the time the order came through, I could no longer remember why I'd ordered the item in the first place. So that's why I stopped ordering back then. And then now I've found out other things, I'm happily not ordering at all from any of them. Right, that is it for the video look back today. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope I haven't lectured you or talked your ear off too much. Right, I'm going to head off now. I will see you all really, really soon. And thank you ever so much for joining. Now, please remember, if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Make sure you leave a comment in the comment section down below. And I will catch you all really, really soon. So remember, stay chilled, stay happy and keep crafting. Goodbye, everybody.